how do you experience anything? How do you know anything? How do you know I am sitting here? Because your eyes pick up this image. Remember how sight works? It's fascinating. And it really makes an interesting point. The point that it makes eventually is that you do not directly see the Swami sitting in this chair. Absolutely not. You do not directly see the Swami sitting in his chair. Why? Do you remember in a science class when you learned about how eyesight works? It begins with light bouncing off the object, striking your eyes. On the front of your eyes are two lenses. Those lenses focus the image on the retina of your eye, which is in back of the eye. And if you remember, the lenses also invert the image. So first thing that I find very interesting is right now, on the back of your eyeballs are two 1/4 inch tall, upside down Swamis. Correct? Absolutely correct. On the back of your eyeballs are two 1/4 inch tall, upside down Swamis. Then things get more complicated. As you remember, the retina has all these sensors, the so-called rods and cones, which convert this optical light into nerve impulses. These nerve impulses go from the right eye into the optical cortex and left part of the brain, goes from the left eye to the optical cortex and the right part of your brain. This is getting very confusing. Already we got two Swamis. They're upside down, 1/4 inch tall, and they're backwards because this optical nerve does this crisscross. Is that what you see? Upside down, 1/4 inch tall, backwards. That's not what you see. So the one that you see, first of all, is not the one that's out here, which is the first step. Then we come to the next step. Your eyes pick up through this very complex process, and the eyes then convey to your brain all these nerve impulses. Is that what you're experiencing right now? Nerve impulses? You see me. The me that you're seeing is not out here on the chair. It's in your mind. An image of me has been fashioned in your mind. Now, I went through this process to illustrate. These are three completely different levels. There are objects outside in the world. They're 3 steps removed. Because these objects outside in the world, first of all, have to be picked up by these really complex sensors we have, eyes and ears and our other senses. Every one of the senses are incredibly complex, the way that they work. And then even the senses, all they pick up is nerve impulses, right? So those nerve impulses are not what you perceive. Those nerve impulses go to the brain, and through a miracle that no one quite understands fully yet, as a result of all these inputs to the brain, an image of me is formed in your mind. That's the 3rd step. And the image of me in your mind is known to whom? The simple answer is to whoever is seeing it. That person is called Sakshi, witness or observer. The one who witnesses the activities of the mind. We're describing your experience, right? Now you know it's not so straightforward. 5 minutes ago, you thought you were looking at me. If you've understood what we just discussed, you should now conclude that you are not looking at me directly. Rather, you are seeing an image of me in your mind. This is extremely important. That's not exactly how we commonly think, right? And this is what Vedanta does so brilliantly. It challenges our usual conclusions about our experience.